Let's shift it now over to the Prep Spotlight, presented by the Jacobs Insurance Agency, local, independent, and trusted. I got kind of a longer one here, so bear with me, fellas. Jump in anytime. Owasso's girls basketball star, Danica Dwyer, put up 30 in the Trojans' recent win over Lake Fenton. She just continues to roll. It's going to just pad that all-time record big time by the time this season's over. Also, I want to send out kudos to Owasso Public Schools and organizer John Hankard for bringing back the 12th annual Special Olympics Snow Globe basketball tournament. Great organization and well done by all the volunteers. It's something special, using that word, Special Olympics, to see these young athletes out there, playing on the hardwood, just enjoying themselves. And that's what it's all about, man.
Yep.
And the heavy duty to the volunteers. Speaking of volunteers.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
The one thing that, and my brother actually pointed this out at Freeland, they still have the pep band there every Friday night jamming out the band. That seems like you're in gyms a lot more than I am. That seems to be a lost art and something that I definitely maybe didn't appreciate when I was a kid. It is awesome when you have a good band going in a small high school gymnasium, during warm-ups and in between quarters. It seems like nobody does it anymore, though.
Not many. I mean, there's still some that do. Owasso has a really good pep band over there at the warehouse. Corunna, you never know when they're going to be there or not be there. I would assume they'll be there Friday night. It's Owasso and Corunna Friday night. Right. But you're right. Pep band adds so much, I think. When I played, I played in the middle school at Corunna now. And the band was the tiny gym, bandbox gym, but the pep band was up on the stage. So they're just blasting it right out on the court. That place used to just rock, man.
Man, that would be cool.
It was.
And it helps because it's like another 40 people in the crowd. Help fill it out a little bit.
Right.
That's very true. Also, speaking of Corunna, their Sports Hall of Fame inductees will be honored between games this Friday night. I got a few thumbnails for each of you. The 1983 baseball team behind Josh McCarthy and Joe Vondolowski and head coach Tony Bohack made it to the Class B Final Four. That was a really good baseball team, but I even think this team might make it somewhere down the line, the 96 team, because they were loaded as well. And Gary Zigo, their stud pitcher, two-time All-State pitcher, went on to play for MSU, still holds 11 school records. I mean, I was listening to the rebroadcast a little bit while I was recording it to put on our podcast site. Going into that regional opener, I think he had like 3 or 4 no-hitters and 3 or 4 one-hitters on the season. Just a dominant lefty. And if you got a left-handed pitcher that throws, low 90s and has a breaking ball at the high school level, that's pretty tough to hit.
Well, he was damn near unhittable because my brother was on that team, so I was a little tyke, following that team around. I watched every game. I went to every game.
Right.
I thought I was watching this team like they were in the big leagues. Right. I thought these dudes, and then you got a guy like Gary Zigo, and being lefty, I remember he picked off so many guys at first base because he was a lefty. Right. So he's looking right at first base. I swear if anyone happened to make it to first base on him, I think he picked them off. I don't know if anyone actually got to second base on him because I swear he was picking them off. But I also remember he hit bombs. I mean, he hit moonshots. And there's that house, if you remember, Corunna's baseball field. Yeah, there's that house across the street. I know that the fence has changed and everything now. But there's that house, in left field. He hit that roof so many times, and if you think about that, that's a 350-foot shot. I mean, that's a major league home run. He hit the bathrooms at the football field. He hit the roof over there. And I mean, these. Yeah. There's a reason. Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame. He played at Michigan State. I mean, this dude was unreal.
He was really, and he was one of those rarities that threw left-handed, batted right-handed. Yep. You don't see that very often. Also, Corunna is going to honor the 2015 girls bowling team. They won the Division III state championship. Probably the greatest, without a doubt, the greatest swimmer ever at Corunna. 1990 graduate Butch Urian. He won the Class B state championship in the 100-yard breaststroke and was an 8-time All-Stater. Those are pretty big numbers right there.
That's crazy.
Hannah Hollister, class of 2020. Is that your class, Jared?
No. Man, I'd be like 22 right now.
Oh, okay.
2017 was my class.
A little after you, but she's a first ballot selection, maybe the greatest Corunna female athlete ever, earning 13 varsity letters, 7-time All-Stater in track, and went on to star for Grand Valley on the softball diamond. Pretty impressive credentials there, I'd say.
Yeah. 13 varsity letters is wild.
That's pretty good. Also, Coach Charlie Carr, He made the Hall of Fame. He helped mentor and coach at Corunna for over 30 years, was a steadying force for Frank Davis as an assistant for that Cavs 83 run to the state championship. Also won multiple titles as a girls basketball coach. One of my favorite teachers and administrators and just all-around good guys made the Hall of Fame as a contributor. Jim Duffield, selected as a Cavalier contributor. Duff started the swimming program at Corunna and led them to MMB championships in 77 and 78. His cross-country teams went 65 and 15. And of course, he was the athletic director for many excellent programs over there, including that 83 state championship. And finally, the OG, Earl Lancaster. Mr. Lancaster did it all starting in 1936 at Corunna schools. He coached multiple sports, including a 7-year football coaching stint going 45, 7, and 4. And he actually gave Corunna their gold and black colors and named them the Cavaliers after his University of Virginia Cavs. So that gets you in the Hall of Fame alone right there, I think.
I'd say so.
I like the interview that we posted on our site with you and him. My brother.
I was learning my interview skills, as you could tell. In those
seemed
days.
Like you were nervous interviewing the big shot at Corunna.
Well, I was. My dad was standing right behind me in the press box too.
That was awesome. He has one. My brother pointed out that's funny that he was like a superintendent at like 25 years old. That's my age, man. I know. I would burn a school down if that was the case. So one, that's impressive. And then it was funny how he just had like that when you listen to old World War II docs, like that cadence of like an old timer. That's just how we did it. That's just how we did it. Like it was awesome to hear that. Like, yeah, he just was well spoken and obviously impressive. I think you said it during the interview. He was like 77 years old. He's still smart as a whip during it in 1987. So
yeah, absolutely,
legend for sure.
Little known fact. Well, people in St. John's know the fact. The old St. John's gym was named the Earl Lancaster Gymnasium because he was also, after he left Corunna, was a longtime superintendent of schools over at St. John's as well. So congratulations to the entire class. That'll be Friday night between the girls and the boys game. They'll get their official acknowledgement in front of the basketball crowd. So again, well done by Corunna. We'll be talking about Owasso's Hall of Fame class coming up down the road here. They're going to have their ceremony and introductions at the next Corunna and Owasso game at Owasso. I got one final thing on the Prep Spotlight, or performance of the week. This was, as I mentioned, we like people that suggest people for the highlight, the Prep Spotlight, I should say. Corunna's Caius Malone hit a big wrestling milestone recently, picking up his 100th career win. Think about that, man. That's averaging 25 wins a year in wrestling. That's just crazy, man. What a tough sport that is. And as I said, he was suggested to us by a pod follower. Anybody that wants to suggest anybody for the Prep Spotlight, email me at tedfattel@gmail.com or hit us a tweet at 3 Point Pod.